My revelations with the water are mainly twofold. The first has to do with a lower back injury I suffered about 2 years ago. And the second that I'll tell you about is the awakening I've had to sports drinks in general. So first about the lower back injury. I'm a martial artist. 2 years ago I suffered a major lower back injury in one of my classes, just in a warm-up exercise. It took about 6 months for the chiropractor to get me realigned, and in 15 years of practice he said he'd never seen an x-ray like mine before. I can tell you a little bit about the extent of the injury. About a year after that, I was waking up with lower back pain every single morning. And if you are akin to waking up with pain, you know it's not a great way to start your day. About a year ago, I was introduced to the water by my friends Karen and Nick, and they said, "Tom, you have to try this water, you have to try this water." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm kind of into health and spiritual things as well." So I said, "All right, I'll give it a try." I liked it. After about a week's time, I liked it. I found myself drinking more and more of this water just naturally. It was this weird, strange sensation, but I felt myself gravitating back to the kitchen to have some more of this water that Karen and Nick were giving to me. It was very strange. Anyhow, I decided to go ahead and get my machine. 5 weeks after I did that, my friend Nick calls me out of the blue and we start chatting about business or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but he says just offhandedly, "Hey, by the way, how's your back doing?" I said, "My back's fine. Why do you ask?" And it was at that moment that I realized I wasn't waking up with lower back pain anymore. That was a great day. What I've learned since then is that inflammation is a residual thing from an injury, and if you're not properly hydrated, this inflammation can reoccur quite often, and that's basically what was causing my pain for so long. Since I've been hydrated now, everything is wonderful, just great. Oh, so the second revelation I've had, my awakening to sports drinks. Sports drinks. Tom tries to talk, take two. Okay. Karen did this wonderful little demonstration for me with these little red pH drops. And she told me in the beginning that when she was doing this demonstration, she said, "Tom, did you know that bottled water is not really healthy for you?" And I said to myself, "You've got to be kidding me. Bottled water is purified. What are you talking about?" So she does this pH drop test, and I find out that the bottled water that I had been having delivered to my house twice a month, just giving those big 5-gallon containers at $7.50 a pop delivered to my home, it was acidic. Actually, it registered a 5.5 on the pH scale, and I just started shaking my head. I couldn't believe it. So then she got over to Gatorade, which really blew my socks off. I'm a long-distance cycler. I train for Century Rides. It's 100 miles of cycling in one day. I was drinking a lot of Gatorade during those rides to help me get through them, obviously. When she told me that it takes 32 glasses of ionized alkalized water to just neutralize one bottle of Gatorade, that was it. I was off Gatorade, and I have been off Gatorade ever since. When she showed me that Gatorade comes in at a 3.0 on the pH scale, and it took glass after glass after glass to neutralize the color from the little test, I said, forget it. I'll never drink another bottle of Gatorade ever again. Since then, what I do on my rides is I take a couple bottles of the number 4 with me. I add a scoop of powdered green drink that you can find in any health store, and I can go for miles and miles and miles without bonking and still feeling refreshed and hydrated. Those are my two big revelations. what else has happened? My sweet tooth has practically gone away. I was a big Ben & Jerry's fan for a long time. I was getting a pint of Ben & Jerry's from the stores every week, and that pint would be gone in basically a day. I haven't had a pint of ice cream in about 6 months now. Just don't need it. Chocolate's the same way, just don't crave it anymore. I don't crave sodas anymore. Sodas are the same, I found out, as Gatorade as far as the pH scale is concerned. The water is a fantastic pick-me-up in the morning. It's the first thing I do when I wake up, get out of bed. I have a glass of number 4. The body's been rejuvenating itself over the nighttime, so it becomes a little acidic in nature. The first thing I want to do is get my body realkalized, and the ORP content, the oxygen content in the water at that time, just boosts my energy levels up. So it's a great way to, I don't know if I should say this or not, but a great way to get over a hangover. A couple nights ago, I was out to eat with a couple friends of mine, and I had a couple glasses of wine. First glasses of wine I'd had in about 6 months. Woke up with a little bit of a headache the next morning. So I said, this is not feeling too good. All right, where's my water? Went and had 2 glasses of ionized water. My headache was gone in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 25 years ago, I suffered from Crohn's disease. I had surgery, and they took 1/3 of my colon out. If you can see that scar. That night before the surgery was the worst day of my life. I was sitting in the shower in the hospital room, just lying there under the water. And I looked down at my stomach, and I knew my stomach was never going to be the same again. From what I've learned with the water, I know that anyone that has a digestive disorder, whether it be irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, any type of inflammation in their digestive tract, you don't have to go through this anymore. Drinking the ionized alkaline water will help clean your system out, and you won't have to go through 6 weeks of rehabilitation and all of the pain and the suffering, not to mention the financial costs that my family had to endure. I was 24 years old when I had surgery. I was a bit upset when I learned that these units were in the Asian countries, Japan and Korea, and that they've had these units over there for the past 20 years, 25 years. And this is fairly new technology here in the West. I forgive my doctors for not knowing this, and I didn't know at the time that they're in Japan. These are in 1 in every 5 homes there. These are considered medical devices in Japan and Korea. It filters the water that well. So, if you have any type of digestive disorder, speaking from personal experience, please look into drinking the water. Don't buy a machine. Just find someone that has a machine and get some water for them. And I will 99.4% guarantee you, after a couple weeks, you'll probably be wanting to get your own machine too. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate your consideration.